Which Bronco players were in attendance for what I've decided to call Stidham Camp? Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for July 10th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
Jarrett Stidham is sure trying to act like QB number one. And in fact, he posted a photo on Instagram, and it looks like at least 12 offensive players have gathered in Texas for a bonding session to work out at TCU and eat some yummy food at the Stidham household. We've got Adam Troutman out there, little Jordan Humphrey, Mike Burton, Jarrett Stidham, Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix, Jaleel McLaughlin, Jalen Virgil, Michael Bandy, Marvin Mims Jr., and David Sills. But there is one QB who is in fact missing, and that is Zach Wilson. I have said it all along. It always felt like he was the odd man out, and it's just a bit of a bummer to not see him out there. Obviously, he was in Europe and everybody's like, he's just got engaged, all of this stuff. Well, Bo Nix was just in Hawaii. So I feel like they're all coming back from their vacations. They're getting ready. Training camp's going to be here before we know it. Starts on the 24th for a lot of these guys. The fans can go out on the 26th. But essentially, I still think it's a little weird that we're in fact not seeing Zach Wilson be out there. It is good. I'm a little bummed that Lucas Kroll isn't out there. Hopefully he joins them at some point because I think he's going to be a major part of this entire offense. But a good list of players out there in Texas, and they're eating good too, you guys. I can stalk anybody on social media. And so, of course, when I heard that these guys were all getting together, I had to know what the dinner menu was going to be. Sea bass, lettuce cups. You got Wagyu, lamb, bison meatballs, Wagyu steak. You got some lobster, some truffle mashed potatoes, hot honey, roasted carrots, some broccolini, and then the Stidham fudge brownies. So I will be asking Jarrett Stidham about these fudge brownies because apparently they are very well known in the Stidham household for having these brownies. So definitely fun for them all to get together. I'm happy to see it. I like that Jarrett Stidham took the initiative to have them all come out, hang out by his house, eat good food, work out, get some weightlifting in as well. I know some people were saying that they saw a lot of these guys in the weight room at TCU. So overall, good stuff, but no Zach Wilson, and I will definitely be keeping note of that. We'll move on over now because there looks like there's a legal spat between Brett Favre and Shannon Sharpe, and this is the first I'm hearing about it. Apparently, it's been going on for quite a while, but it's not over yet. So lawyers for Favre are asking a federal appeal to reinstate the Hall of Fame quarterback's defamation lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe. Interesting. I hadn't really heard about any of this, but the case centers around comments that Sharpe made back in 2022 on an episode of the Fox Sports show Undisputed, claiming Favre stole money in connection with the Mississippi welfare scandal. We all remember when that came out. It was a huge storyline. And of course, I do think that there was a little bit of people turning on Brett Favre and what he did because of this issue. But the lawsuit was thrown out last year after a judge ruled Sharpe's comments were protected speech, which I do agree. He was on a TV show. He is allowed to say whatever he wants in that sense. But interesting. Again, this was the first time I was hearing about any of this sort of lawsuit. Let me know if you had heard about it and I'm just missing the beat, but looks like it's not over anytime soon. Sticking in the NFL, Joe Burrow has Olympic ambitions. The Bengals quarterback says he wants to play for the U.S. Olympic flag football team when the sport makes its Olympics debut in 2028. I'm very curious. Please let me know in the comments. How are you feeling about flag football coming into the Olympics? Personally, I'm like, why? What's the point of it? I don't understand. Do I think it's going to be really fun? Heck yeah, I really do. Will I watch it? Maybe like the first or second championship. I don't know, when they're going for gold. I think it could be interesting, but at the exact same time, it does feel a little silly that flag football would make its mark. Don't hate me if you absolutely love it. You play flag football or anything of that nature. I just find it to be a little interesting. So I'm curious your guys' opinions on that as well. But Joe Burrow appeared on the podcast Pardon My Take, and he said he's recruited his Bengals teammates Jamar Chase and former LSU teammate Justin Jefferson for the squad, and said it'd be embarrassing if Team USA didn't win the gold medal. I like that. Always going for gold too. So plenty of good stuff. I can't believe the Olympics are going to be here quite literally so soon. I know our very own Jake Shapiro is going out to Paris too for his honeymoon to go out there and just be a part of the Olympics, which I think is so cool. So it's going to be here before we know it. And to be completely real, flag football will be in the Olympics probably before we know it in 2028. It's just all starting to fly by. We will move over now to the NHL now because The Colorado Avalanche have had a productive offseason given the restrictions with the NHL salary cap. But most importantly, GM Chris McFarland was able to get two of the biggest deals done when it came to his free agents. Both second-line center Casey Mittelstadt and coveted forward Jonathan Drouin will return to Colorado on new deals. These are massive things for this Colorado Avalanche team. Mittelstadt, a trade deadline acquisition this spring, inked a 3-year contract worth nearly $6 million per season, and Drouin is back on a 1-year deal for $2.5 million, which honestly looks like to be a steal. But where is ESPN ranking the Colorado Avalanche right now? They, of course, have their way too early power rankings. And for the 2024-2025 NHL season, they have the Avalanche coming in at number 5 in the league. Honestly, I feel like that's really fair. That's still really high up there. You have some amazing talent. Like you have a Nathan McKinnon, you have a Mikko Rantanen, you have Cale Makar. There's plenty of good names on this team. And I feel like a number 5 spot is just very fitting. But they go on to say for ESPN, the Avs haven't been beyond the second round for 2 straight postseasons. Then again, the last time they won the cup. So give the front office a bit of a pass here. ESPN wrote in part, while fans don't always go wild for re-signings, the new deal for Mittelstadt might wind up being their best piece of business this entire offseason. I tend to agree, even though Jonathan Drouin gets me really excited because of his connection with Nathan McKinnon. Mittelstadt is going to be a huge addition to this team as well. We already saw what he could do last year, but keeping him out there, allowing chemistry to build more and more and more, I think it's going to be really, really good. Excuse me. Okay, we'll move over to the NBA now because Derrick White is going to have an even bigger summer after winning an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics. White is now headed to Paris for the Summer Olympics. So Kawhi Leonard is withdrawing from Team USA, which opened up the spot for White. I find it interesting that everyone is using the word withdrawing. So that means he removed himself, obviously. It's not like Team USA came out and said, hey, we just don't want you. He's withdrawing. We obviously don't know the reason for that, but Derrick White, a bigger summer. He got a new teeth as well, and now he's headed to Paris for the Olympics on Team USA. So congratulations to him. Okay. This one is a bit of a bummer just because obviously with Michael Porter Jr. being involved, just because he is the brother to Jontay Porter. So former NBA player Jontay Porter is due in court today to face a federal criminal case tied to the betting scandal that got him banned from the league earlier this year. The former Toronto Raptor center is scheduled for an arraignment and a plea agreement hearing. Prosecutors haven't specified the charges, but claims it is a felony case. The case is reportedly related to an ongoing prosecution of 4 other men charged with scheming to profit off tips from an NBA player that he was going to exit 2 games early. The NBA's probe found that Porter not only exited at least 1 game for the gambler's sake, but also wagered on NBA games in which he didn't play. Porter's lawyer obviously said he was cooperating with authorities while being treated for a gambling addiction. So Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, we all remember when this news came out, it was massive. He ends up getting banned from the NBA and now will be going to court. It'll be interesting to see kind of what the plea agreement comes down to and if we see any sort of jail time or what that's going to look like. We'll keep you guys updated here on Denver Sports Daily because I know a lot of people obviously care with Michael Porter Jr. being related in this situation. Last one for you on this Wednesday. Today is the Big 12 Media Day for Coach Prime and the crew. Dion will be talking on ESPN Plus from 12 to 12:15. We believe this is going to be in a different press conference sort of way. And then you got Dion on ESPNU from 12:20 to 12:35 and Shadur Sanders on ESPNU from 12:35 on. So plenty of good stuff right there. Make sure you tune in if you are excited about CU joining the Big 12. Let's get to some of your guys' comments. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. First of all, let's just start with this. Happy Wednesday, Rachel. Happy Wednesday, Paul. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. Zach missing, no loss. Get used to it, Zach. Okay, so I find these comments to be very interesting because obviously Zach Wilson doesn't have a very good reputation of the time where he was with the Jets. I feel like a lot of people are really down on him, but still I figured fresh start for the guy. Maybe he would want to go out there, hang out with some teammates, eat some good food. I don't know. Does he feel like the odd man out? That's kind of the question. Why did he not go out there? And I always like to give people we all have a lot of personal stuff going on in our lives, so I don't want to dog on him, but it is a little interesting. I'm like, you couldn't have made it out there. Maybe he will. Maybe we'll see a different picture, and he just missed the first day of workouts. We don't know how long these workouts are going to go on or anything, but I do find it to be a little interesting. I'm surprised Bo Nix was there. I am not surprised Bo Nix was there. This man is a team first guy. You see that out there at OTAs and minicamp. He is chatting it up with everybody any single time. Even if Jarrett Stidham threw a pass to somebody, he would go over there, high five him. Like, he is a team first guy, which I really, really love and appreciate. He's a clear leader. I think he's going to fit really well in this locker room. This is going to be a weird comparison, but just bear with me on this. Bo Nix reminds me a lot of a Russell Wilson in the leadership qualities, right? When Russ got benched and Jarrett Stidham took over, Russ was still out there high-fiving all the guys as they came off the field. I could totally see that being a Bo Nix where he's just high-fiving everybody as they're coming off the field as well. So not surprised Bo Nix is there. Happy he is out there. Let's see. I think flag football is dumb in the Olympics. I need a why though, Roy. So please tell me why you think it is dumb. I don't know. Like, I don't look at flag football as a professional sport, but I know it is extremely hard to play. So because maybe we have the NFL and the XFL and everything else here in the States, I don't tend to like look at flag football. So I'm like, why don't we just have football go out there? But I understand flag football in the sense of more maybe even safety or just other countries. Maybe it's bigger out there. So that's why. But I need the why do we think flag football is dumb in the Olympics? Let's see. They are right to rank the Avs top 5. They finally have a real 2C again in Middlestat. Amen. This is the truth. Hallelujah. They have not been able to fill that spot since Nazem Kadri has left. So this is going to be a massive gain for the Avs. And again, he was solid last year. I'm really looking to see that chemistry and everything build this year and see what they're able to do. Avs remain top 5. They may just be number 5, but I feel like that's a pretty solid place for them to do. Let's see. Okay. Flag football. Any chance to bet on another sport, I will take. Flag football. Flag football in the Olympics is like trying to introduce floor hockey or bumper bowling. Just do the real thing. Okay, so I see how everybody is feeling clearly about flag football. But that is going to do it for today's episode of Denver Sports Daily. I am out tomorrow. I've got some stuff that I've got to do, some personal stuff. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Jake Shapiro will be in for me tomorrow. Please come share with him some love. I know he would really appreciate it. His first time doing this type of show. Very fast paced, very fun. Get to give your insight and everything. So please make sure you come hang out with him. But I will be on with Richie Carney for coffee break today. So come hang out with us. We're going to be talking about Zach Wilson. If it's a big deal that he missed out on Stidham camp, as we're calling it, plus some other stuff. So come hang out with us 12 o'clock and we will see you guys then. Bye, everybody.